Well, good afternoon, everyone. I am Professor David Loertscher from the School of Information at San Jose State University. And it is my honor today to introduce you to Roseanna Gulisano and from Bronx, New York. And so further introduce yourself, Roseanna, and tell us about the school that you serve as the librarian at.
Well, on behalf of the families of PS11, the Highbridge School in the Bronx, we thank you for this opportunity to showcase our community. Again, I'm Roseanna Gulisano, and I am privileged to serve the community PS11, the Highbridge School in the Bronx, where I've been the librarian for 20 years. I've never wanted to go to any other school. It is the highest poverty level in New York City. And essentially, we've got 400 children, which are from 3K to 5th grade. And they're a combination of Hispanic and Black in the Highbridge area of the Bronx.
Okay. So tell me how you got started at serving this kind of transient population, because that's kind of what they are, right?
Yes, they oftentimes are, even though they stay in the community, essentially, they are oftentimes expected to move from one place to the other, depending on, what kind of housing they have. And some of them are in shelters. Often they are new to even the United States and the Bronx. They have extended families. So I was a New York City teaching fellow, and my first school was PS11. They expected us to stay for 2 years. That was their contract. But this community was so welcoming to me as a complete stranger. I'd never been in the Bronx. They opened their world to me. They opened their homes to me, more generous than anywhere I've been in my life. And they showed me the dignity that families have, no matter what their living conditions are. And therefore, it struck me so deeply that I decided I would design the library program based on the blueprint of the family's needs. I listened to what the family said they needed, which was they had no home libraries, needed to get them books, and help the parents read to their children. And that's what I've been doing on a regular basis.
So that's your focus, is literacy with these people, right?
Yes.
Describe
Absolutely.
that to us. Okay.
Well, yeah, literacy contains many aspects.
Right.
If a child is hungry, like when they come into the library and they haven't eaten. Now we do have a breakfast and lunch program at our school. However, that could be the only meal that child has had all day. Okay. So if they haven't eaten, how can they learn? How can they pay attention? And many of the families, especially during COVID, it was a window into the world of the lives of the families. You really got to see how they lived in one room, in tight quarters, many people coming in and out. And I started to get donations of food, sandwiches, which I would bring to the community outdoors during COVID. And we have it on a regular basis. We bring sandwiches in. I work with different not-for-profits. Again, literacy, if you're not sleeping, you're not eating, and you're cold, we bring in coats. New York Cares, we get coat donations, shoes. You cannot learn. You can't pay attention.
So you're a social worker librarian.
Again, that's what the families defined in what a librarian was. I didn't go in there with what I thought a library. They showed me this is what we need, and it made sense on a human level.
Right.
and I
Right.
listen to it. Yeah.
Well, that's absolutely wonderful. So, does the whole school participate in this view of the family? So you're not just the lonely only, right, in the
No,
school?
well, I do stand on it, maybe on the platform more than others. But the whole community is very close and behind the library that, I'll tell you what, there's no community as committed to the library as ours is. I have all kinds of events on a regular basis again, and everything includes food, everything includes feeding families and books. Those are the two components.
Right.
We do family reading nights, family get-togethers. We have a big event coming up, May 24th, library cards for the New York Public Library for the entire community. The entire community. Many of them didn't even know what a library was. Okay, so and I have a lot of support from my administration. I have a support from everybody.
That's wonderful. So, tell us, give us as an example of a student or two that you've worked with.
Well, I'll give you one. One came to mind. Someone was new from the Dominican Republic. He was a boy, maybe about 7 years old, and he had never seen a library. He didn't speak any English. He just made sounds. So when he would come into the library, he would act out making sounds, and he always wanted to hide under one of the library tables. So I started to put books of animals under the table. Well, he started looking at the pictures. Then I started to put art materials. Then he started drawing. Well, he came out from under the table. He showed me his artwork. Before you know it, he could say cheetah. He could start saying words. I ran into him maybe a few years ago. Now he's an adult. I mean, he's a teen, when I knew him, he was 5 or 6 or 7, and he was 20. I saw someone on the bus. I said, it couldn't be him. He came right up to me. He remembered my name, and he said he was in college. He had his backpack on. He was dressed beautifully, groomed beautifully. And I didn't want to show how emotional I was because I was absolutely flabbergasted that he remembered me, and he looked exactly the same. I mean, that's just one, but many times students are coming in on a regular basis after school. I see him on the street. I see him on the subway, families on the subway. They thank me. I mean, there's affirmations every moment in the community because of how rich the families are in their morals, in their beliefs, and they want to lead a better life. And so the fact that they take advantage of the materials, the books, the home libraries, the library cards, the food, it shows you that, like any family, they want the best for their children.
That is incredible. So, just thinking about administrators and school board members all over the country, and sometimes they, in some schools they only have a few of this kind of child, and in others like you, they're just brim full of those things. What kind of advice do you have for administration and school board members?
I would always say to include the parents. They are our richest source, our richest resource. Parent involvement, parent participation. What a parent can do in one reading is more than we can do for hours and hours, because that is a bonding experience when a parent reads with the child. Also, parents can mentor children, other parents, mentoring, where they can read in their home language. We can't do that, all the languages. So I would always give the parent their props, bring parents in, listen to the parents, include them, and it's not done enough. And the parents deserve the best. These parents deserve the best. They have more love and caring, and they just need the resources, and we can provide that. So listen to the families, listen to the parents, include them as a mentor to the school and to the children.
Roseanna, I think you're somewhat of a celebrity. Tell us, haven't you been on NPR or?
Oh yeah, I'm fortunate. Again, it's because of the families, right? Because I just represent them. I've been absolutely CBS. I've been on the Today Show. I'm coming up. I'm having a live interview with Channel 12 in a few days about the New York public school system. I've been, I Love My Librarian Award. I've had the Brooke Russell Astor Award, the only librarian. Caroline Kennedy has supported me. Come to our school. I mean, I've been so fortunate. But again, I represent the most beautiful, precious scholars, these children and the families. What you see is them. I'm speaking their voice, and they have, catapulted me into this, a celebrity in a sense. They've done that. And I'm just fortunate to be able to represent the children I love the most.
Well, Roseanna, you're world class, and speaking as a professor of libraries, we need hundreds and hundreds of your type of person to just create the kind of libraries that really do support parents. And I think, isn't that your bottom line?
Yes, it's my bottom line. I'm behind it. I'll always be behind it. So get ready, world, because I just started. I'm telling you, we have a lot of plans to really get this community on the map with their literacy. Come on now, come on. It's past the time. We're way past the time. These kids are brilliant, and they just need the resources. And so it's up to us to take action on it.
Well, Roseanna, thank you so much. I'm sure our listeners will go away inspired by all that you do. And so thank you.
Well,
Bye-bye.
thank you for having me. Bye.